Hey guys, the component that we are going to study now will be the jumper, but still in the fuse resistor. This is something that I really forgot to tell you to comment on, is that the following will always have the nomenclature on the notebook's motherboard, and the letter F in this case, which is F5, and this one is F3. Okay people, to make it really well explained, his nomenclature on the license plate is the letter F. Now let's move on to the jumper. The jumper, you can see it is very easy to locate. It is spread across the board. Look here, for example, with the letter 0 here in the body. Normally it is very small. Guys, this here is the best zoom I can really give to make it very visible for you. Here's the jumper. The jumper, he is what? And what is it for? It is a mobile connection between 2 points of an electronic circuit. How are we going to carry out his test? In the same way that we performed the fuse test, that is, with the multimeter on the continuity scale. If it continues, it's okay. Another very interesting thing too is some special notes about this component. You might be noticing that he has a 0 here at the top, okay? And in some cases some special information about that component. In some cases it gives a problem in the jumper. That is in the video flat cable circuit. Okay guys, so this here is also a pretty cool tip. Watch. If suddenly you are not showing video, take a look at this jumper that is close to the circuit. Flat video cable. Another important tip about this component. It always has the number 0 or 0 over his body. This one for example is 0, the one you are watching. Where does he stay? On the motherboard it is spread across the board. But it is more easily found under the chipset. Here under the chipset you can find this component more easily. And when it has a problem there is a problem with this component when it is open, that is, it will not continue. It can be exchanged for another jumper, but it has to be the same jumper. Okay guys, that is, how do you classifies the same thing. A 0 has to be exchanged for another jumper same size, with a 0 in the top body. Okay guys, it's pretty simple, there's no mystery. So do the following, let's test. First we will test it with a multimeter on the continuity scale, with the board turned off, and then we part for voltage measurement. Okay folks, so here we go. Let's move on to the continuity scale. Perfect. Perfect is going on the continuity scale. Now come on, the red tip on one side, black tip of the other. Perfect, it continued. Let's reverse. Let's go. Black tip on one side, red tip on the other. Perfect, so it doesn't matter if you measure with red on one side and black on the other, or vice versa. Okay people, gotta keep going, okay? Now let's do the following on the DC-20 scale. Okay, 20 volts. On the 20 volt scale, let's now feed the plate. Come on, let's turn on the board, remembering that the black tip on the ground of the plate. Okay people, you red tip on one side of the component. This one. Look at the voltage 10 volts, okay, guys? On the other side. 10 volts too, meaning it has the same voltage on both sides. Folks, it's pretty easy to explain. That way, if it has the same voltage on both sides, you have that always measure that component as well. In case you suspect that it is causing the problem in the circuit, measure first to see if it has continuity. If it has continuity, measure the voltage. Was it tension? Did it continue? It's working. It doesn't need to be repaired, okay? Personal board nomenclature is usually J for jumper, or in some cases, R. So we are over here in this class. In the next class we will already address resistors. So you can go to the next class.